and I want to introduce Mark Holstead of Traders Mastermind, who, again, I'm sure some of you will be familiar with from the webinars and the various other bits and bobs that he does brilliantly for us here at Pepperstone. And what we're going to do is really look ahead to the future of financial markets and trading. I'm sure by this point, absolutely everyone in the room has at some point spent 5 or 10 minutes, or perhaps even longer, playing around with ChatGPT and all of the various other AI applications that have popped up over the last 18 months to 2 years. And what Mark's going to do is take a really in-depth look at how this new technology can be used to help and enhance and improve the trading strategies that you're currently putting in place. So without further ado, Mark Holstead, I'll hand over to you.
So, today, AI-enhanced trading, exploring the capabilities of ChatGPT. Great quote from Seneca, one of the Stoics. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And my objective today, actually before that, I need to just tell you this. Assume everything ChatGPT says is wrong, double check everything, and don't rely on it to make trading decisions for you. Because at the moment, there are some little nuances in there not quite spot on, but it's going to be, it's the worst it is now, so it's going to get better. Anyway, okay, so my objective in the next 20 minutes is to get you excited, fired up, juiced up about ChatGPT. Now, I'm not an expert, right? I'm definitely not an expert, and I thought, I could come up here and talk about strategy, and I've been trading 20 years or so. I can talk about things, mindset, and all the stuff that's helped. But I thought, you know what? No. Let me give you guys something tactical. Let me give you something you can do tomorrow. If you like it, maybe you just think you're talking a load of, oh, what's it? But you might be like, okay, you know what? This is interesting. So ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, these are all language learning models. No one cares, right? You don't care. You just want to know how it can help you improve your trading, okay? So let's get onto it. But first, I'm not an expert. I'm a simple trader looking for more edge. That's all I'm looking for. Always verify, check, do your own research, etc. The technology is moving fast. Things change. Things are always, it's such a massively speedy industry. It's amazing. But I believe there's a huge opportunity for traders. And this is my personal opinion. Let me explain. Okay, so new technology, right? Things change all the time. We've had ChatGPT 3, 4, 5's come in. There's all sorts of rumors, all sorts of fancy stuff coming down the line. And this might be a line that you think, ooh, I don't really buy this, but institutions know no more than you or I when it comes to this. When Sam Altman from OpenAI releases something, institutions are scrabbling as well to say, how can I make this work? How can I kind of benefit from this? And yes, of course, they've got divisions and they've got massive amounts of capital and resources that are going into it, but they move slowly. And some of you may remember, maybe it's a long time ago this, when CQ moved to SET, the London Stock Exchange moved from a market maker-driven order flow, or order execution, to an automated order execution. And there was a massive window of opportunity when institutions were running algorithms that were just so poor. They butchered them, and you could spot them a mile off. As a retail trader, you could use an edge. Now, it's a very distinct edge. I could talk about it for ages. It's a really cool time to trade. But the point is that institutions move slow. So if you're thinking, there's no point in you learning about AI, ChatGPT, everyone's ahead of the game. No. You know, when Sam Altman from OpenAI releases a new version, you know, that's pretty quick. Everyone's getting it recently at the same time. So is this a once in a decade opportunity? I think it could be. So let's have a look. So now listen, maybe I should say this, right? It could be a once in a decade opportunity or it could not. But we need to be prepared, right? And just like Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. We want to put ourselves in a position to benefit from luck. So we want to learn the skills and learn ChatGPT and AI and all this stuff as much as we can, so that if there's a massive opportunity, you're ready to strike. You can't just suddenly go from nothing and expect to make it work. So my objective today is to sort of get a spark in your mind and go, yeah, you know what, that's interesting. I'm going to explore a bit more. And I'm going to give you something tactical, something you can take away and hopefully you can use. Okay, so, what can it do now? So you can develop trading strategies, you can write code, you can summarize articles and PDFs, you can backtest trading ideas in simple language. And actually what we're going to do today is something interesting. Let me just tease you with it. I'll tease you with it. Right. help develop trading plans, analyze charts, act as your risk manager, your coach, your head trader, explain tough topics in simple terms. So, an example, Mr. Brown, who's a far more intelligent man than I, tweets regularly about the economy. He's got his finger on the pulse. He's constantly looking at what's going on. Follow him, Mr. M. Brown. Now, he tweeted on the 3rd of April, ISM services price paid at lowest since March 2020. I mean, just a simple trader, right? Just trade price. But ChatGPT can help me. So I can say, right, let me paste that into ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT for premium, by the way. I think it's $20 a month, worthwhile investment. And I just put it in. I just said, right, what does this mean for US equities, the dollar, gold? ISMs, and pasted in Michael Brown's tweet. And it gave me a list of stuff that I might want to watch. Now, for the economists back there and for the people who are watching this all the time, that's fine. But for us traders who may be more interested in supply-demand imbalances and taking advantage of price action, all this type of stuff, then we can use ChatGPT, leverage on someone like Mr. Brown and say, hey, he's tweeting stuff, put it to ChatGPT. What does it mean? How can I then develop a trading idea from that and then come up with your own idea based on ChatGPT, what it's kind of saying? Now, listen, again, go back. It's never always right, but it can just help you understand things. Okay, so that's easy. That's cool. That's basic, boring. Let's try and do something interesting. And I genuinely did this first time with this. I wasn't cherry picking, doing 100 different iterations and going, I'll pick that one for the presentation. No. I was doing this straight away. So let's see if we can create a simple trading strategy, back test it, and create a little tool to help us trade it, all on ChatGPT, right? Now, there'll be some little things in here and some little holes in it and bits and pieces, but it's not bad. As I say, it's the worst it will be. It's only going to get better from here. So, first step, we want to find a strategy. Second step, distill the strategy down into rules. Third step, test the strategy. And the fourth step is to create a trading view script. Because I know many of you use TradingView, good charting platform. Okay, and this doesn't take long. This does not take long. It didn't take me long to do this. Okay, so first of all, we want to find a strategy. We've got two options here. You can find a strategy online. There's a great resource, actually, ssrn.com. They do white papers on trading. They do research. You can take that and shove it into ChatGPT and say, make some sense of this, please. You can go on YouTube. You can, everywhere, right? Strategies everywhere. Go online, go on to, there's a great website. What's his name? Quantified Strategies, great website there. Or, option number one again, ask ChatGPT to find one. Let's do number two, which is one. We're going to ask ChatGPT to find one. We're going to make it hard. And we'll say, right, find me a strategy, ChatGPT. So, but let's stress test it, right? Let's make it tough. That's the DAX. And by the way, this was where was April or whatever it was, 4th, I think I did the slide. So we had a relentless uptrend pretty much in the DAX. Things have changed slightly at the moment, but that's when I did this, just for context. Let's make it tough. Let's see if we can find a simple short strategy in a relentless uptrend, right? What a genius. What not to do in trading, try and find a short opportunity in an uptrend. You should align with the trend, generally speaking. But I want to test it out. I want to say, come on then, Mr. AI, do your best. Let me see if you can come up with a decent short intraday trading strategy in a relentless uptrend. Okay, so here's how we do it. And I'm going to skip through these processes a little bit quickly because number one, time, and number two, you're going to get bored, and I'm the last speaker, and I know some people have fallen asleep already, so I've missed out some of the steps. So we're going to download the data from TradingView. We're going to get ChatGPT to filter and ingest that data. And 3, we're going to ask ChatGPT to find the weakest 15-minute period each day. Why did I decide that? I just did. And I'm doing it, so I decided, well, you know what? I want to do that. I want to find out what's the weakest 15-minute period each day and build a strategy around that. Now, Jim Simons was mentioned before, Renaissance Technologies. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're creating something like this now, but one of the things that I know that he does is he looks for little anomalies intraday, little kind of ghost edges, he calls them, where you get these strengths, these little weaknesses across different asset classes. So I thought, you know what? I could be Jim Simons. I know he smokes 40 a day and I don't smoke. But hey, I could be Jim Simons. Weakest 15-minute period each day. Come on, find that. So we export the data and yeah, go on Google or YouTube and find out exactly how to do that. But toolbar, export chart data. So you get your Pepperstone DAX chart, which I have done there, and I've exported the chart data. It comes as a CSV file. I don't want to bore everyone with this. Now I just paste it into ChatGPT. And I said, look at this. That's all I said. Look at this. And I just wanted to know that it understood what it was looking at. And it said, we can see what it said there. It tells me what it was. It's got a time, high, open, low, close, volume, and I had an ATR in there as well. Fine. I said, right, good. At least you understand what you're looking at. And you've got to do these checks with ChatGPT at the moment. You just have to do it because, like I say, it's not always 100% reliable. Okay. So I then said, I missed out this snippet, but I asked it to say, hey, find me the weakest 15-minute period each day. And it came up and it said, I took a couple of attempts with this. I tried it and it said, oh, I couldn't do something. Then I said, okay, I tried it again and it worked. And it basically said, right, no, that's right. I did it for the whole 24-hour period. I wanted to do it just regular trading hours, 8 till 4:30. Find me the weakest 15-minute period each day. And it said, here it is, 8:30 a.m. UTC. And it said, during this period, the average price change is approximately minus 4.69 points, indicating that the DAX has shown a significant negative movement during this time slot. I was like, okay, all right. How many days worth of data do you have? And he said, got 72 different days. Now, I recognize, I understand the quants amongst you are screaming and going, this is not valid, this is bad, this is awful, what are you doing? I get it, I understand it, but just showing you kind of some of the things it's capable of. I'm not recommending you go out there and trade this, I'm not recommending you do anything with this, but it's interesting. So I said to it, hey, using the data, simulate a trading strategy that goes short at the weakest time and closes 15 minutes later. Let's use an arbitrary spread betting position of £10 a point, and then tell me the percentage wins, percentage loses, biggest gains, blah, 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 blah. And you can read it there. And this is what it did. It said, okay, I've simulated that for you, Mr. Holstead. It didn't call me that, but I've simulated that for you, and these are the results. 51.6% winners, 46.6% losers, biggest gain 403, biggest loss minus 241, total P&L over a 71-day, £2,813. Yes, I appreciate it's a very short term. I appreciate we haven't taken into account slippage, we haven't taken into account commissions, etc., etc., etc. But again, just hopefully a little spark going on in the mind saying, this is interesting, something about this. So I then said, hey, why don't you show me the equity curve? And this is all I'm saying. I'm just using natural language and asking it, saying, show me the equity curve of that strategy. So recap what we've done. I've just shoved in data and I've said, find me a trading strategy, ChatGPT. And I've seeded it and said, I want to know the weakest 15-minute period. So I've given it a little bit of help. And then I've said, right, now back test it for me. And it's gone and back tested it. And I've said, now just give me the equity curve. I've literally just typed that in and it's presented this equity curve, the trading strategy. And it's showing you and telling you what it's about. Now, I thought, you know what, ChatGPT, you're not always telling the truth, are you? So I have a little tool in TradingView that I paid a developer to code up, and now we don't need to, right? We've got ChatGPT just to double check this, and it's a time of day tool that just double checks going long at a certain period of time, or going short in this case, and closing it. And look, the equity curve is reasonably similar, right? Not the best equity curve in the world, but I just wanted to double check I was getting the right data from ChatGPT, and I was. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting, and I get excited by this because this is just the start of something great. You can now test trading strategy ideas with simple language. That sounds exciting. You don't have to pay a developer. You can act quick. You can act fast. You can test ideas quickly. Imagine you can just come up with some idea and ChatGPT can give the answer. Hey, ChatGPT, show me the equity curve of fading the initial move from the Fed announcements. We know that Fed often comes out, and if it says something that's not very interesting and is in line with expectations, bit of a spike up, bit of a spike lower, generally ends up where it was. Okay, well, ChatGPT, tell me what sort of level I'm looking at. What would be a good place to start fading that move if I wanted to trade that, for example, anything. Or historically, what's the best strategy for today? And it goes, oh, it's the first day of the month, happens to be April, happens to be this, happens to be that, blah, blah, blah. And it might give you some stats. Now, whether you act on that or not is entirely up to you. Personal responsibility, it's up to you to make your own trading decisions, but this can support you in a really good way. Okay, so now we have a strategy. So we've got our strategy. I put the strategy in, what we did, we got all that stuff, chucked it in, and it gave me a strategy, seemingly a winning strategy. Now, wouldn't it be nice to see this on a chart clearly each day? Just so if you're trading, you're sitting there in front of TradingView, you connect it up to Pepperstone, you're there, you're watching, and you want to see something that gives you an indication that, hey, this might be the opportunity. So I said to it, hey, can you code me an indicator in PineScript, which is TradingView's language? And I'm not a developer. that does this. The user selects a start and end time. I wanted these little rectangles, and I kind of thought, well, I have to describe what I want. I want a rectangle that shows me the weakest point each day. Rectangle is drawn each day, please. Because we know that when robots take over the world, they're not going to kill people who say please. So you've got to use please. Right. Came out with this code. Very simple code. And developers amongst you, again, this is the most simple thing in the world. But, you know, for non-devs, you're just trading on some ideas. It's pretty cool, right? It gave me this. I pasted it into Pine Editor, just literally cut and paste. And I just crossed my fingers and hoped it worked. And it did. Voila, it worked. And yes, it's a very simple thing, obviously. But like I say, this is only going to get better. Gave me a vertical line at the time of day when, well, I could actually program the time of day, and I just programmed in the weakest time. So now if I wanted to, I'm not saying I would, but if I wanted to, as a DAX trader, I was like, hey, historically, this 15-minute period has been quite weak. And I say historically in inverted commas. Do I want to get short here? And maybe I can fold a little bit of price action into it. Maybe I can fold my own existing idea and go, well, actually, that back tested to be an actual decent strategy. If I now see maybe a push up to a resistance level or momentum ignition candle to the downside or a little range break fake to the upside or something, and then it coincides with this, maybe I'll use it as a bit of extra weight to get short. And obviously you can use a day, you can use hour, you can use anything you want. Just to kind of give an example. So what next? Right. So that's a bit of a taster of kind of what it can do now. And like I say, I am not an AI expert and it is moving fast, but it interests me. And I genuinely think that there's a big opportunity, maybe not now, but in the next few months, maybe years, where retail traders will have access to these tools and will be able to compete. And before the rest of the crowd and the mob gets hold of it, you'll be able to take advantage of it. You'll be able to use it to generate good trading edge. It's my belief. I don't know if it will come true or not. And remember, AI is going to get 100 times more powerful. You better do stuff like, what's the historical outcome of buying this pattern? Alert me to a recent strong hour theme. Find me fresh edge using VIX as a proxy for SPY. Analyze the last 5 days of tick data and highlight potential time of day. This is me getting a bit kind of giddy with it, but you can ask it anything, right? And that's what's interesting. But what I really wanted to kind of push home is this, is that, no one really knows where it's going, right? But I guess most of you drive a car, right? You drive a car, what do you do on the motorway? You're on the slip road, your foot goes down and you're going to get your speed up to merge with the traffic. You can't merge on the M25 doing 10 miles an hour. It just doesn't work, right? You need to be up to speed and you can merge into traffic quite nicely. So think of it like that. Think of it like when you're driving down the motorway, you're merging into traffic, you want to be ready and matching the speed so you can go straight to the outside lane. So get familiar with the tool. ChatGPT is one of them. There's plenty of others out there. I don't think overcomplicate things. ChatGPT is perfectly good, I think. Get the premium version. I think it's $20 or something. I was speaking to Ruben earlier and he was saying he uses ChatGPT to analyze some of his trades and some of his other bits and pieces. Over a year, exactly. Yeah, good man. Play around with it. Get different ideas and use cases. Stay abreast of developments and updates. And be open-minded to it, right? I know that many of us kind of, as we go through trading, we go, that's my edge, it's working, it's been working for years, I'm not going to do this and do that. But you just don't know, right? This technology is going nowhere. And if we can just kind of get used to using it for these little things, just trying different things out, make it a part of your daily workflow. Because if it's a part of your daily workflow, you get familiar with it. And then when it upgrades, you can do something else, and you can do something else. And there'll be a window of opportunity. I'm telling you this, there will be a window of opportunity where you can use it as a tool to really, really, really help your trading. And the window will be small because everyone else will catch up. Everyone else will catch up at some point. So you have to be ahead of the game, ready for when it's there, ready to strike. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know anything about it, but I just urge you to get going with ChatGPT. Learn how it can work. And hopefully today, seeing some of the kind of cool things I think it can do. And like I said, I've not taken long doing this. I've just said, do this. And I think it's quite interesting. Embrace it, leverage it. You can get ahead of the crowd. And just like Charlie was saying, this helps you do something that's not with the mob. You don't want to trade the same with the mob's trading, the crowd's trading. So think differently. And I think this will help you get ahead. All right. Thank you so much.